been in the Billionaires Club on YouTube for 49 months and says, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.
Hello, hello. For those of you watching this after it was live, it makes no difference to you, but I'm late because my camera might just turn off. The capture card I use for my camera has been giving me problems lately, and I had to restart my computer twice to get it to acknowledge the camera, which means I think it's on its last legs, which is not good because it's expensive. Worst case, I have to go borrow a backup capture card. It would just affect the face cam, but still. Very annoying. But we're live. I started the day off pretty good. Like, I got a bunch more alpha Pokemon for my alpha decks, caught some shinies, you know, things are good, got some Animal Crossing stuff done, and it's just like the video game wise, things have been good, but everything around that is just like one inconvenience after another today in my real life. And so I'm hoping that since the video game luck is doing well, today goes well on the stream. What I prefer, because I'm going to be doing a lot more real life than streaming today, is for this to go horrible. All the bad luck can shift to the game, and then everything else can just be fixed magically in my real life. If I have to have one or the other. So you're in for a terrible stream. I hope not. You got Mint the Squirrel as your campsite villager. Managed to put down a plot for Mint. Nice. Congrats. I hope it goes well. Shimor is hoping that I have a terrible life outside of streaming. Manifesting the worst villagers for you then with plenty of bees. Bringsbane has my back. Fingers crossed for an awful stream. It should be fine. Everything will be fine. All right, I got the game up and running in the background. Surprisingly, it works and everything's good. Like I said, I played earlier, got all the dailies, done and everything. Bought out Nooks and all that stuff, and gave some thought to what I want to do. Why is it resetting? Come on. It's already going bad. This is great. I gave some thought as to what I want to do with the island for, like the long haul. And I realized I've gone a little bit bananas with the amount of ramps that I have in this place. So let me show you the plans for all the ramps so far. And I will demonstrate to you that I'm already past my limit almost. Or I'm at my limit. So if we go to the map and I get my crappy pointer. So this one ramp right here represents one of 4 around the museum. We have scheduled 4 ramps to go in around the museum. So that's 4. This ramp is 5. There'll be a ramp here that makes 6. Okay, that's 6 ramps already. Then I want...
Looks like Kina 1188 has been in the Super Billionaire on YouTube for 10 months and says 10 months. Glad I could finally catch a stream.
Yeah.
What's everyone looking forward to most in 3.0? Underscore crossing rave. Underscore crossing wave.
Thank you so much for 10 months. And also Bringsbane for, I think it's at 49 months. Thank you. Thanks for being members. Appreciate you. By the way, if you're new here, memberships... I want to do a member stream soon. It'll probably be, I've been thinking about this too, it'll probably be catching shinies and alphas and ZA. I'm not going to do a series where I try and catch all of them or anything, just for fun. And yeah, we'll have to figure out a more structured members thing soon. I've been putting your names at the end of videos when I make them. And sometimes when I can, I'll try and get videos out too early. Those are like the main benefits. It's on top of the emotes and stuff you can use in comments and chat. So there you go. Okay, so what do we count to? 4, 5, 6. That's 6 ramps. Then I want 2 right here if I do this kind of weird shape to this hill. So that's 6, 7, 8. And then a ramp right here, which would make 9. Right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 ramps. So you're like, okay, that's 9. You have 1 more. But I still, this spot is really big and I want to do something with it. So I want a ramp that goes up here. And that makes 10. And you can only have 10. So I need to chill on the cliffs, I think. Now, I may just do one ramp here instead of two. It was just a stylistic choice. I don't need two, but I thought about maybe doing two. And then one in the back would be nice because, like, otherwise getting to and from my house when I'm, like, doing my rounds across the whole island, it's going to be kind of annoying. So I do want a way down easily back here somewhere. So I'm pretty hell-bent on having a ramp here. I don't need two here, technically, but I kind of want to. So we'll kind of figure some of this stuff out today. I also don't know where this 10th ramp would go for this little hill, but it does feel like we need it. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. So today I'm hoping to figure out the placement for a few more buildings, if not the rest of them. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But let me show you how everything's looking. So I did play more yesterday after the stream, and I did catch some sea diving critters, and I did make some more money. And I think I spent it. No. I think I saved it to do another staircase. So we have a staircase up here. All this stuff is growing in nicely, and I think I want another staircase right here. I think this is going to be my next big purchase, and I think I should just go get that now so I can't accidentally spend it on something else. Happy Saturday indeed. Do you have any plans for the face on your island layout? I might do the rock garden there because I want something, since I'm probably not going to do a bridge across the head, I want something of little consequence to be over there, and I think a rock garden makes the most sense. It's like his head is full of rocks, and that's why he tripped and fell. It's like a good spot for a rock garden. If I do a bridge, it'd probably be on one side, you know? So I might do a bridge entrance to it. But right now, that's what I'm thinking. Did I already check this today? I did not. Okay. So my monies. Cora's here. How's it going? How are you? Let's go ahead and just withdraw all of this. And we're going to ask for a staircase. Now, I was thinking about doing the dirt staircase on the back end of this, but I do want some consistency, so I probably won't. Not what should I do? What are the points? You can spend the points on the characters that pop up on the screen. So the point reward redemption commands are in the description, and you can redeem them. And to earn points, you just got to chat once in a while. Stream is perfect for me to watch as I have a large terraforming project on an island that is taking a while. Oh, well, I hope I can motivate you. It always helps me to watch streams and things like that as well. So yeah, you'll probably get that done, I would say. Pretty easy. Let us know how it goes. We want infrastructure. In bridges and inclines. You should put the costs in the description when you get a chance. I should. I really should. Log staircase. I can look at them real quick and tell you. Because now I am feeling guilty. When am I going to do it if not like now? You know what I mean? So, oh, I know why I don't. Because it's kind of hidden. I've buried them a little bit. Okay, where would they be? Okay, so $2 joke costs $500. I think the base price, like the lowest price, I should say, is $500. While I'm reading these out, 500 points. Okay, and I think, so that's $2 joke. I believe $2 recipe is also 500 points. Yep. Catfact is 500 points. Chuck is 1,000 points. Chuck the potluck duck. He talks a lot. So we made it 1,000 points. Nooknews is 1,500 points. That one you can write yourself. So it is pricey. Okay, so I've updated the description. You won't see it unless you refresh. But thank you for reminding me. Now it's done. And now future streams, that should be there. At least future Animal Crossing streams. I might forget to add it for other streams. All right. Those prices may change in the future. Get updated without me reloading. Oh, even better. That's a nice little quality of life feature for YouTube then. Hope you won't regret it. I already do. Okay, so we'll pop down here. My house is going up north of this area. Let's imagine this to make sure I'm placing it correctly. Yep, that's what I thought it would do. Okay, and we're just going to give him the 100K right now. We'll try and get the rest of the money later. Right. So as you can see, things on the island looking good. Feeling pretty good about it. Let's go look at the portion of the island that I've been avoiding. I'm really nervous about this, but if we figure this out, everything else should come together, I think. We'll see. I'm going to not worry about how the cliffs look until the end. Because right now, if you look at the map, what I hate, like I hate the way this came out, right over here. This edge doesn't look good to me. I tried to make it look natural, and it just kind of like follows the contour of his head in a suspicious way. It just doesn't look good. And so I want to make some changes. I might actually extend it down here a little bit. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. You know what, actually? Now that I say that out loud, that's an interesting thought. You know how I made this path and it kind of stops here suspiciously? That wasn't for any particular reason. I was just experimenting with where I might want this path to like bob and weave. But if I extend the cliff down this way, instead of putting 2 staircases up there, we can put one centered with this path right here. Looks like a pillow got thrown at the stick figure's head. Yeah, I can see that. That would be interesting. So there'd be a staircase that would go up here, and then maybe a more narrow path leading to houses and things like that. Interesting. I still have to figure out the bridge path, if there's going to be a bridge path. And I'd have to figure that out here too. It will probably be in the form of circles. I tend to do, instead of diagonal, crappy looking diagonal paths, I tend to make circles. Which I don't love. As this is going to be a pretty main thoroughfare, you know? This is the main way that if people were visiting the island via Dream Address or airport, they would go up here and they're like, oh, the museum and all the houses are up this way. They would go over here. They would just naturally want to go that way. So I might actually have to figure this out before anything. Which means more trees will probably not make it. Oh, this is dirt. This is straight up not what I want. So if you were making a path that went to this bridge, how would it look? What would it do? I hate how much Room Sketch forces you to save and build even if you don't want to. I use it strictly for planning things out before I've committed. I never use the Room Sketch app. I unlocked it on my main game, and I guess I just don't see the value in it. I tried planning a room with it once, and I found it annoying because I just had to keep opening it again and again and again. And I just found that to be cumbersome, unless I'm using it wrong. But I thought I would plan out one of my rooms with it. And what I thought I could do is, like, get it to, I don't know, do something really high-tech. Like, you make the room, and then it maybe gives you a list of the items you don't have in your storage. Or it can, like, imprint a digital version of the room in your real room, and you just put everything in those spots yourself. I don't know. Like, I thought it could do something kind of cool. You used to plan out your IRL room. That's kind of nice. I used it for outdoor things so I can know how to use the various castle walls, etc. Penguin Crossing, how's it going? Also, apparently you can't make a custom design into an accent wall in a Room Sketch. Oh, really? What's the point? Soph, how's it going? All right, we're gonna thrash this rock. We're gonna get rid of these trees. I guess the farm is ready to move as well. Modern office chair. The nice thing about cutting down all your trees is it's really easy to find all of hidden furniture and bees and stuff. Oh, it wanted us to cut down a tree. See that? I use Room Sketch just to see the variance of certain items, the variance a certain item has, or what it's called. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, any other interesting ways to use it? Now I'm really curious about, I don't want to say unintended ways it became useful, but I'm sure the ways you're talking about using it are different from what Nintendo imagined. You know what I should do? Just move these plants like that. You actually have to put the things out all over the island to do the rock thing. Well, yes, you need to cover up all the spots where a rock could spawn. So I always save the rock garden for last, because by that point your island is just full of stuff, and so it makes it a little bit easier. You still have to put stuff down a lot, but it's, if I had to do a rock garden now, if the rock garden was the first thing I was doing, that would feel like a pretty big, like, waste of my time. Okay, how can I make this look good? This is going to be a huge challenge. We should make the circles first, and then bring the road to them. So you can't even get a sliver of path underneath this bridge here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me just play around. Isn't the Room Sketch technically a version of Dream Isle for rooms? Yeah, kinda. That's one way to think about it. This is not a circle, but I'm just kind of fooling around with this for a minute. Maybe we can make it look intentional. Makes a little more sense. Could you put the paths down instead of items, or would that not work? You can do certain paths. They will spawn on top of the dirt paths, like dirt, I think sand, but I'm not sure about that. The 2 dirt paths for sure, they'll spawn on top of it, but you can use stone paths. The problem with using paths is unless you're going to keep the paths, it's a bad idea. Because if you want to get rid of them, custom designs are way easier. All you need is one custom design, you spam it everywhere, and then when you want to get rid of them after your rocks are where you want them, all you have to do is edit that custom design, poof, they all disappear. I used mannequins, custom design mannequins, and it was really nice because it took a few days. The rocks went where I wanted them, and I'm like, okay, got my rock garden, and then edited the design, and all the mannequins disappeared in one instant. So it's recommended that I think you use the mannequins or something to that effect. It's not my idea. I don't want to take all the credit for that. Someone else thought of that. I just leached off of it. All right, I'm going to first mimic this design over here. Like that. I don't think I can put one here. Oh, I can. Ooh. Well, that kind of looks like it's making a little butt shape, but that's not too bad.
My resume just says needs more than $2.
That's interesting. Okay. I wonder if the 3.0 update we can use patterns and have Brewster clean them up. You mean Rossetti? Yeah, Rossetti could probably do it. But I still think the custom designs will probably be the superior way. Okay, these are different. Why are these different? It's because I filled these corners. Okay, so that looks kind of neat. It looks intentional. And the question is, can I connect it to this path somehow without making it look like Garbo? And yeah, that... That's going to be the trick. I need, like, not diagonal, but, like, diagonal bridge path inspiration is what I need. Let me see what other people have done for this. I checked the Discord. It's not it's not it had anything to do with the paths, but great. Can't. Just some of you were so imaginative. Okay. What about a diamond shape? I don't mind the shape. I'm just trying to think about if I should, like, connect my path to it or not. This is the first thing I saw today. I just don't see... Oh, there's a balloon. I don't know. It feels like a stretch. Please be a recipe. Please be a recipe. Or 30K. I'll take 30K. It's a baby's hat. Okay, anyway. How do you check the points balance? Just use the points command. Galaxy, how's it going? That's 3. It has to be 4. We're 4 tiles wide on this path. This might work.
Cat fact number 15. Every time a cat knocks something over, they're testing gravity just to be sure it still works.
I don't know. Do we like this? Did I do a good job or a lazy job making this diagonal path thing work? Did it look better on its own before I connected this path to it? What's your cat's name? Streamer Cat. Captain Brat. The third. Let's pretend I commit to this path. Do we like this? Is this the best way to do a diagonal bridge path? I like the little angle it makes. I feel like we can do some stuff with the extra spaces it's creating. Like we can put something up here. We could put something in here next to the river. Love diagonal bridges, making paths not so much. So we don't like this. I'm not really seeing any support for this design. So I'm worried that I've made an error. It ends quite weird at the bridge. It's... yeah. Does it need to go up one? Because there's a lot of like overhang here and not here. So maybe it needs to go up one? To kind of even it out a little bit? Or is that not possible because it's like it's a bridge and the bridge is only so wide? No, maybe we can't. Let's try it. Let's try it. Bridge cheeks. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was better without this. Maybe it goes from 4 wide to 3 wide to remedy that. The sudden right angle is bothering me. Okay. So you think I should extend the path all the way down and then up? I think you really need custom designs for diagonal paths. Yeah, but I don't want to use this. Not for the main road. Let's try it like this. Make the corner where you are at earlier rounded. I don't know what that means. Let's try... Oops. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Just switch to the... There we go. Yeah, I always knew this wasn't going to look great. But I wanted to try some stuff just to see if I could make it look passable. Like, just tolerable. Okay. So, if I round this corner, shorten the path going up, it looks a lot better. It doesn't need to be perfect. It literally does. The streamer, someone's decorating for their island. Well, welcome. I don't know how I feel about this. Now, let's think about this for just a moment. It's because of the 4 wide path that makes it even harder to deal with. You can do a set of 4 circles and cut them off. I don't know how that would look. Like, I know you're imagining something that would be very simple to do, and I'm like, I can't, my brain can't do it. But here's what I'm thinking. If I put an item right here that feels like it's part of the bridge to some degree, whether it's a big signpost or something, I think this will start to make more sense. You know what I mean? Like, because the only thing that bothers me about this, I don't mind a little butt right here. Well, the only thing that bothers me is the fact that the path goes up, and then it really only needed to be 2 tiles, but I'm doing this 4 tile wide path everywhere. So if I put something right here, it'll kind of make sense. Oops. Okay, we're good. Okay. I'm open to suggestions of what this could be. It could be a fence. It could be a sign. Do I have the signpost? I think I have the signpost recipe because it's just a Nook stop thing. So the signpost I'm thinking of would be this one here, the destination signpost. And it's a big item. I did the circles on the 30-day island, but on the 30-day island, but I had the 2 wide path in that island. Because I'm committing to these wider paths here, it's just creating more of like a chaotic situation for me. A water well. We could do a well. I'm going to need something on each side, so I don't want it to be the same item potentially. The smaller sign one, do I have that? This one? Angled signpost? It would be weird because it would have to point the plain wooden shop sign. I know I have that, right? Do I not have the plain wooden shop sign? Garden bench could work. Or bushes, yeah. I don't know if I have plain wooden shop sign. Okay, well, I think we're good. I think we know something is going to go there. And what we should probably do next is get rid of some more trees. No idea for Rhythm Haven? Nice. Okay, I need to take a really quick restroom break. And also, it sounds like my cat's getting into something. So I'll be back in a moment. Give me 1 sec. All right. Sorry about that. So, more trees sacrificed. I think the easiest thing to do would just be to connect the two paths. So, you'd cross the bridge. There'd be something here for some reason. Or, wait a minute. The natural... Okay. So, you walk to resident services. You go over here. You go up. Oh, a bridge. You go here. And I think your instinct is to kind of keep going up. So, I'm now thinking, well, what if the path went up? But then we have a few problems. The reason this path is here is because it lines up with the secret beach. I did see the Super Mario movie. It's really good. I bought it. So the new one looks cool. If this path were to go straight up, I could connect it here, and that would be fine. But then, what about over here? The issue I'm having is that I cannot extend a path where I'm standing over here, because before long it hits this river. But if I extend it up here, there's plenty of room for me to make a little staircase or whatever I want. So maybe instead of going up, I will go up. I will go over and then up. People can deal with it. If people don't like it, they can just go to someone else's island. So let's extend this down. Yeah, it's going to have to connect to the existing path the more I look at it. Surprised how well-behaved chat was. Some lives I'm here. I will leave in chats for the streamer. Oh, like it just gets out of control? It could happen. I don't know. We have some pretty good mods. Excellent mods. And a low tolerance for nonsense. We're a very ban happy bunch. In the fairest way possible. What would 4 look like? Is that up here? Okay, that's 4. Yep, okay. That kind of works perfect. So again, something right here would probably be ideal. We'll definitely have something down here, some decorations, whatever. And then there'll be something right here like, I don't know, carnival or something, I don't know. I think we're doing the best with what the tripping falling guy has offered. We're doing the best with what we can. The fact that I had to make a giant diagonal river throughout the whole island is a lot to work around. But I think it's going okay. Hedges, fences. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different ways we could, like, get around some of these issues. But so, yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Up, over, and up. And then we could go straight up to the secret beach. I could decide to put some obstacles in the way if I want to. And we have this over here, which is representing like a big, I assume, neighborhood. A bunch of houses, things like that. Okay. Things are kind of getting connected. If we look at the map... We've just kind of like worked the town around this monstrosity of a river. We still got a lot to figure out. Okay. You don't think the points are working? Oh, you can't ask more than once per 5 minutes. They are working. You just can't keep pinging it over and over again asking. I think it's 5 or 10 minutes. I had to put a cooldown because it would just get a little spammed. Okay. Let's figure out the cliff. I've been avoiding this. I've been putting this off. I can't put it off any longer. We have to decide what this area is going to look like. So, here we go. Is it going to come down? Am I going to add more over there? Is there going to be a path that goes down to the secret beach from the top of this thing? Is there going to be 2 layers of cliff? It's just so many things could happen right now. Who knows what we're going to end up with. But I'm trying to lock myself in here and get it sorted so that we can finally start like making some real progress with like placing items on the island. My storage is full of crap. We should be putting it down somewhere. Okay, so let me think. We should consider how much cliff could maybe run alongside the tripping falling guy. If any. Do I even want to do that? Why am I surrounding him in cliffs? Why surround him in cliffs? I don't have to. I don't necessarily have to do that. I will see you later. Okay, so let me pretend for a moment like I'm going to drag the cliff down this far. Let's say the path actually does go this far and stops at a staircase. But the thing is, I didn't put the cliffs in the way of him tripping. Like, he didn't trip over the cliff the way we have it designed right now. In fact, it's good that he tripped because there's a bunch of cliffs in his way. So what if it did something like this? I just want to see real quick. I think across the river, this will look kind of cool if it's all angled. But over here, it does create a bit of a nightmare for decorating. But if I go across the river, and we're fishing over here, for example, and imagine those all get smoothed out. I think that would look kind of nice. So, it's an option. Let's keep it as an option. Because they'll all get flattened, I might just go ahead and add, like pack on some more dirt here. It'll give us more room to play with too if we decide to decorate up there. I'm not really looking for something for him to trip over. I feel like he just stepped in the ocean. That's kind of why he tripped. I'm focused on the completely other side of the island right now. Okay, so yeah, we smooth all that out. For example, it gives us plenty of room to decorate right here, and we can walk. We can create a little natural path where you come and go fishing or something. You know, stuff like that. If the stairs went up here, it would give us an excuse to narrow the path to 2 tiles wide and then make a neighborhood of some kind. There's so much to think about. Because I wanted Able Sisters down here. So if this path went this way, and let's just say we maybe continue it going north, which I don't know why I'm hesitant to do. So it would keep going, right? Could Able Sisters fit in here somewhere? And then we'll have a path going like past it. Or maybe a narrow one or something. So what I'm thinking... I need to look up the dimensions for Abel's. Yo Cheese, how's it going? Okay, so Abel's is 5 by 4. 5 wide, 4 deep. So let's say we'll use dirt. I think Able Sisters' entrance is 3 tiles wide on the right. Yeah. So I'd set it back. Let's give it like a little bit of space in the front. Like a few tiles back. So let's say this is the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4. So that's Able Sisters. We could have a ramp next to it. Getting onto a big cliff. My nose, I swear I'm going to sneeze. Ah. And then so we'd have, it would be kind of surrounded by stuff. I'm trying to show you where I'm putting the buildings because, well, I want to show you where I'm putting them, but that's exactly what we're doing today. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. If I find a place for Able Sisters and I get this cliff sorted, a lot of the houses are going on top of the cliff. That's the plan. Okay. Here's what I'm imagining. We have a staircase here. I actually really don't like the way this is coming together. Shoot. I swear, cat hair, my nose. Please. I hate the way this is coming out because I want to put a ramp next to Able Sisters. For some reason that sounds kind of cool. And I would extend this cliff behind the store a little bit. So it would kind of come back here. So there would be like a path that goes up from this up to this ramp, right? And then there'd still be a staircase right here centered with this path. So that would just go in here like that. Like we have some of the other ones. So, like this. Imagine this is all filled in and I don't break out this wall here. Okay. So, staircase up here and then a little path going up here with another staircase, right? It's just something about the paths the way I'm doing them. It's causing a lot of like strain on my poor dumb brain. If I use arch tile path to make the staircase path, let's say I make it too wide, and it goes over here to a staircase, a ramp, whatever. Mr. King, we'll see you later. So it goes over here, eventually hits a staircase that gets you up here. If I do this, what I don't like about this is that it no longer feels like it's centered with this path, even though it is. It just, to my eyes, it just looks wrong. Even though it's not. This should be fine. This should be absolutely fine. But it would bother me. Now, if I make the path out of dirt or something else, that might do it. So let's say I make it out of dirt. There's a balloon. I believe you. I can't really hear it, but... Oh, yep, okay. This is not going to be a great way to try to pop this. Okay. Hardwood series is good, thank you. I won't be able to reach it from here. Oh, I did. I probably could have just swung a net at it. Okay. This might be acceptable to me. So imagine this little dirt pad right here leads to a ramp. Like a dirt ramp. And it pops up. And then this is more of like a stone staircase, and it goes this way. Able Sisters would have its own little entrance. And I would probably do it something like this. Not like that. So it would lead right up to the front door of Able Sisters. This would tuck right under the little staircase that goes into their store. Just like that. And we have a little bit of room right here to put whatever. Maybe some hedges or something. That is kind of what I'm thinking. So I still have to use my 2 staircases like I was talking about. And then we get kind of like a cool little area to kind of fish or hang out in. Over here. I think this would be a unique decorating opportunity right over here. And then I think there's plenty of wiggle room to kind of like adjust this so it looks a little nicer. Let's soft commit to it. And by soft commit, I mean I'm like 80% of the way committed to this. I don't know if I'll do another 30-day series anytime soon. I do want to just enjoy the game when 3.0 comes out. And then I'll probably, as the months go on, I'll play it so much that I'll probably be like, all right, I'm ready for a break. Oops. Okay. So we'll not move. We will smooth these out. Ooh, Have I left myself enough room up there for, oops, for the staircase and the path that has to, like... Oh, boy. All right. I might have to make some more adjustments, but let's start here. Yeah, okay, check this out. This looks not good. So where I'm standing is where like the staircase landing will go, and then there's like no room for a path. Assuming that I want a dirt path. I don't know if I want a dirt path or not yet. I might use the other stone. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'll use the other stone. The points the points have a purpose if you check the description below. Let's see. And I put the amounts of what everything costs in the description below. So this is a couple benefits. If I bulk up this part of the cliff, I can place a wider path. And it looks more natural. Kato, how's it going? Just wanted to flaunt my points. I don't know if that's like a flex. It just means that you don't really hang out here. You chat just enough to earn some points, but then you never participate. How am I supposed to feel? You know?
I did a rice dish for the neighborhood dinner, but I cooked it in the same pot I used to strip wallpaper. It still smelled like vinegar. I tossed in some raisins to confuse people. Nobody finished it, but hey, neither did I, so I guess that's fair.
All right, I'm going to fill this in. And then we have to make some decisions about these paths, the ramp, how everything interconnects, all that stuff.
A guy told me he could double my money. I gave him $2. Now I have $0.
He got scammed. It sounds like $2 Dan was playing RuneScape. You lurk so hard, it's the first time you're here and not watching a replay. Well, now you can earn some points. Unfortunately, the points don't work if you don't chat. So lurkers often don't really have a lot of points. I wish I could just give points to those watching, but it doesn't work like that. It would be a nice system if it did, but that's more of a Twitch thing. Oops. Making the cliff that's going to the secret beach look natural is also going to be a whole thing. That's going to be a mess. Because right now it's way too... This looks bad. It's just this narrow thing. So I'll need to, like, carve out little bits. We'll get there. I'm good without points. It's hard to type. My text-to-speech is being used for something else while I watch. fair enough. Why are you the #1 person in chat if you're not typing? You've made the top of the leaderboard. No, yeah, I call it the secret beach, but yeah, I usually make sure the secret gets out. That is something I do. Okay, so imagine, if you will, a ramp, a dirt ramp right here. Staircase, dirt ramp, and Able Sisters. So the ramp will land there. I actually would like, I would keep this one. I would get rid of this one. There we go. Okay, so dirt ramp. And we need a path popping off of this. Okay. How are these going to connect, and where's the neighborhood going to go in all this? Because there's not enough room for houses here. There's not enough room for houses here. Maybe we should start trying to figure out where the houses are going to go. I might have already hit this rock today, but let's see. Yes, okay. I want this extra ramp and this staircase deal to feel intentional. Right now, it's like, why did the city planner have a ramp that goes up here and then a staircase that goes over here if both of them led to like a connecting road and nothing else? That's kind of bothering me. For handicapped people? Well, this is going to be a staircase, and this is going to be a dirt ramp. So I'm not being very, I'm not being very nice to handicapped people, because wheelchairs famously don't really go upstairs too good, and I also imagine they don't handle too well in the dirt. It just makes me feel like I have to put a house up here somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I did it because somebody's house is here. Now, we can do that. If I mess with the cliffs a little bit, which I want to do anyway, we can fit a house somewhere over here. Maybe that's what I do. If I remember the buttons to click. Interesting. This is going to be a bit, especially on the map, it's going to be a bit odd looking. I don't know if I like it. Almost died in Yellowstone. My wheelchair slid on a dirt path and I almost landed in a geyser. See, this is not a place for folks in wheelchairs, it seems. It seems I'm a terrible city planner and possibly a bad person. I'm glad you're okay. Let me just see what this looks like if I push the cliff all the way up to the back of this person's head. Now, this is where I was thinking about putting a bridge. Ooh, wait a minute. Hang on. What if the reason there's a path slash ramp slash staircase, whatever, is because we have a bridge going over to our tripping falling guy's rock garden head thing. So I've been considering putting a bridge right back here. Let me get my pointer. Like right here. I feel like it would still look like a guy tripping and falling, and this would be the best place for a bridge. So the only issue with that is I think I'd have to adjust the way his head is shaped, which is not good. But that would suddenly give that path more purpose, you know? That would solve a big problem. Let's count the tiles over here. I think it's only 3, and I would need it to be at least 4. I'm going to stab him in the back of the head. It's just a surgical scar. One. It's 3. Oh, no. Okay. I think bridges would need more room. So the back of his head would be like more flat. Would that even look good? I'd have to do it. I'd have to actually make this adjustment and look at it on the map to see if it's like acceptable. It would be an easy adjustment though. I have to make it the same on both sides. We would add 1 here and we would add 1 here. Did I just do... I changed nothing. I think it actually would look like this. Ooh. Add 1 there. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Oof. That looks bad. That looks really bad. If you're doing island visits, please use our Discord or something like that. No need to organize them here in our live chat. Okay. Well, okay. It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. If I'll adjust the river as well to see if like this is a disaster or not. So we'd have to take away a piece here. And we have to take away a piece up here. But doing this would allow us to put a bridge. So let me show you on the map now. That doesn't look too bad. It still looks mostly circular. Do we like this? Do I keep it and put a bridge going out the back of his head? I actually don't mind it. Looks a little flat. Well, yeah, I had to flatten it for the bridge. I don't hate it. I don't think I hate it. I do want something there like the rock garden. It's okay. Okay. Everyone knows they're in timeout until they answer my question. Looks fine. I think with the bridge there it would look better. Okay. We can always undo it later. True. Although it would be very expensive. I have to pay for the bridge and then remove it. But I think it's fine. So, okay, let's soft commit to that and then figure out now what are the cliffs going to do, because this is going to be very interesting. We have to have a bridge here that goes across, which means we need a ton of space cut out of this. Can I even make this even? Can I even? 1 and 2. 1. Uh-oh. 2? No. 1. 2. That doesn't work. Bridges are even numbers. This is not gonna work. I have to make it even more flat. Or do I? Wait, hold on. I might have just messed up the river. I might have to just cut off one more piece of the river. No, right now it's symmetrical. Hold on. Where's my shovel? 1, 2, 3. It's uneven. It won't work. My dreams of a bridge are dashed. Because this is all odd numbers. Not gonna work. I will forever have a spot on my island that I need to pole vault to. But this is the sacrifice we make for Trip Falls. You're uneven because you're digging both sides. Yes. Because I need the head to be symmetrical. You know, Dinkum gave us bridges that were 2 wide and 3 wide. Yeah, stepping stones could be an option. Okay. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. Everything's good. This is all good.
Hello, welcome to the 67th edition of Nook News. Today we have some news. The news is very good. There has been a man found. He seems like he is tripped. All he knows is 6, 7. Give me bells.
Okay. Huh. Thank you, Tom Nook. Okay, that looks a little more natural. We can continue to walk around the head. And like I said, there'll probably be a ramp or some kind of something over here, which would lead to my house. And this is where I probably utilize custom design paths, potentially. Well, let me see how the cliff is shaped on the map now that I've made a bunch of adjustments. Okay, that's looking better. I bet you once we do the left side going up to the beach, it'll look pretty nice overall. So that's cool. Now, it still didn't give me what I wanted in terms of giving a purpose to this ramp right here. You know what I mean? We never figured out where a house could go. Because one certainly won't fit right next to the cliff. I think it needs space around it. And I wouldn't want it next to the cliff like that anyway. I'd want space around it. So, this needs to be something. This has to have a purpose. Yunji, how's it going? Put the path closer to an edge. Huh? Like, yeah, I can move the path out, I guess, but it will be a bit... I guess if I extend the cliff a little bit, I see what you're saying, because then I can have the path go over, and then up, and then I could put a house right here. Okay. Okay. Just tuning in while I do my own 3.0 prep. Played so much since the announcement. Me too, Space Casey, me too. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Good luck with your island. I feel like video game-wise, I'm prepping for so much right now. Because there's also the new Pokemon ZA DLC. And I'm not ready for it in the slightest. I'm trying to, like, finish my alpha decks now, which I said I wouldn't do, but now I'm doing it. And I'm trying to get as much as I can done. Like, I'm catching shinies, I'm doing all this work. And it's like, all in the name of just getting this done before this DLC drops. I did good today, though. I jumped on today, and I instantly ended up catching, like, a bunch of shinies I needed. I was very excited. So, shoot. I'd have to extend the cliff out even more to accommodate the path beyond what I've just done. And I don't want to do that, but I have left a gap now between the edge of the cliff and where a house could go. So we can curve that here and then continue up. Like this. Going well. I think I'm the happiest I've been since been with my island progress. Good luck to you as well. That's awesome to hear. Okay. Let's say then, we did this, right? Let's say we put a house. I want a little bit of room in the front of it. It doesn't have to have, well, it needs some room. Okay, let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's say there's a house there, which means our path would literally just, like, go in like that. And in fact, it could be... I could just leave it like that, because there'll be a little doorstep. Oh, wait, the doorstep could be in front of it, though. Okay, hold on. So, yeah, we have this house right here, okay? Gosh, this is taking, like, this is so meticulous. So there's one house. We have some room next to it for little decorations, fences, whatever we want. And then these two paths can finally meet in harmony somewhere in the middle. Not redoing my island. I'm gathering money and resources before 3.0. I have to leave something for Resetti to do. That's a good point. For my OG island, I'll probably be feeling the same way about it. Let Resetti do any heavy lifting if I want to redo an area. But for this island, I'm trying to get the baseline done at least. It needs something. This is such a new island. Okay. So now we have these two paths that just kind of run parallel to each other. And how many spaces are between them? We have 1, 2. Okay, 5 spaces between them. Interesting. So we can't put houses in the middle of them necessarily. We could just connect them right here. But then they don't, there's no, because it's 5 and we're doing a 2-wide path, we can't center them. There's always the option to extend the cliff out a little bit more and move this path out a little bit more. And then there's 6 tiles between them. And then we could do some stuff. I mean, that would be... I've watched a bunch of videos on the update, but my brain is so mush with life stuff right now, or life stuff going on, that I've only retained little bits of the update. It'll be surprises. Well, I mean, that's not bad, though. I think Nintendo would be happy to hear that, because most of their surprises get leaked these days, and they're probably pretty frustrated. That's looking more and more natural the more I add to it, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Connor, how's it going? Okay. Oops. The path continues. Now it goes up this way. Watermark, how's it going? Welcome, everybody. Thanks for just if you're just joining us, welcome. Just working on a neighborhood. Okay. I've now put 6 tiles between these two paths. A nice even number. Now our house has a buffer on both sides. And we have the opportunity to put houses in the middle of these two paths, giving them, I think, a lot more purpose. So let's do this. Unfortunately, I can't put any more on any taller cliffs because all of my ramps at this point are spoken for. Because I have been using them a lot. Which feels bad. Maybe 3.0 will give us more ramps. They did that with 2.0. No, you can have 12 ramps and 12 bridges. That'd be awesome. So that's kind of cool. A rampage. Great. Glad the puns are still working. Have you seen the side steps you can do while terraforming? Yeah, I did. Everyone's hoping those aren't just for the Slumber Islands, because that's when they showed it, but we're all hoping that's just a normal quality of life feature. All right, now the question is, how far apart are the houses? And how are we going to do the entrances? And there's a lot of questions. Will a house fit on the left? Yeah. Houses will fit on the left. In fact, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. With room to spare. So we could potentially put, like, I don't know, most of the houses in this neighborhood, which is kind of cool. So it's just a matter of, like, where are these houses going to go in terms of, like, how many can fit? Villager homes are 4x4. So 2, 3, 4, with the 4th tile being the doorstep, so we can put paths underneath. So that's a home, potentially. We have to decide if I want some cliffs in the back, which I kind of do, to be honest. I need to do something to naturalize this a bit. Keep in mind, too, this still looks really bad. And I have to sculpt these mountains a little bit more. Now, I could add to them. I don't have to cut into them. But I do think we should add some cliff in the back. Now, let me look at the map real quick. Okay. Let's count the ramps again. So make sure I'm on point here. So we have 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not accounting for one. Hold on. 4. Oh, right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potentially. And then a 10th ramp over here. A possible 10th ramp. I might not need one here. I could just use a ladder. If no one's going to live up here, it's not crucial that I get a ramp up on this cliff. I could put a ladder on this one, a ladder on this one, be done with it. So I could hold one of the ramps. So this is good. We have a plan here. You see a honey dipper. Apparently someone in Discord thinks it looks like something completely different. Something that I wasn't anticipating and I didn't quite see, and I kind of see where they're coming from, but I don't know. I'm going to have to change the shape of some mountains. I'm already realizing that I might want to, well, actually... Was it rude? It was funny. I would say it was funny. In theory, these paths will connect. But they might not. I might change my mind on that. Oops. Charlie, how's it going? Okay, okay. Yeah, streamed a bit earlier today. I think we can fit a couple more houses while leaving space between these houses. And then maybe some room for a cliff in the back. Let's fill this in a little bit. Opposite of what I want to do. Glad I woke up early for Sunday morning when I saw the stream. Maybe you're in a different part of the world. Today's Saturday for me. Okay, imagining Australia. Got it. Okay. Imagining for a second that we do put this ramp I'm talking about a lot right here, actually. Ooh, I don't like how there's only one sliver of cliff around it, though. That's not good. Okay. Let's see. Plus 10 GMT. Oh, wow. Imagine, if you will, a ramp that spits you out right here. Maybe we pull it back even more so it gets really nice and tucked in. Michelle, we'll see you later. So, okay. That actually works, I think. So what that would look like then is this path. Oops. This path goes here. And it turns to this ramp. Just like that. So that works out pretty nice. Gives me a way to walk around the big head river down to my place. If I connect these two paths here, we don't have a lot of room for cliffs in the back. In fact, we have almost no room for cliffs in the back. But let me see what it looks like for the housing, at least. So this path would go so far back. I might get rid of it, so I'm just going to, like, you know, put these little dots here. So, okay. If I did a house, it'd probably have to go, like, here. Right up against that path. Ooh, this is cramped all of a sudden. Ooh, it's real cramped all of a sudden. My idea for putting a cliff here is not going to work. Everyone's packed in like a little sardine villager. I don't think the houses will overlap to the point where they won't go down. It'll just... I'll complain. I can move this all down one tile, this path I'm standing on, but then I lose... Well... I have some flexibility, actually. I'm trying to keep this... See this how this path sticks out a little bit? I could make this all flush along this line, but I don't like that. The ramp will be here, and this kind of feels more inviting. So I could actually move the ramp down and probably still fit Able Sisters. So it would be like this. Able Sisters should still fit there, ideally. It would take away some of my dirt path, which is a little disappointing. So this turns into that. But it's absolutely fine. Let's assume Able Sister still fits. This will be a complete disaster if it doesn't. I'll be devastated. Oh, we'll have to put more cliff in front of it too. Or behind it, I mean. Like I was saying, though, if I knock this out, like, a lot of the island planning is done. A bunch of plots will be planned out for houses at that point. It's going to look pretty good. I didn't need to do that. Maybe it looks better this way. I was complaining it wasn't, like, varied enough. Okay, so Able Sisters, ramp... All right. Then we move everything down. Oops. Just like this. So that house comes down, that house comes down. This house might just stay where it is. We're flexible on this house too. We can move this around a little bit. So we'll get them all, everything's gonna be nice and even. You don't need to talk a bunch, by the way. Please don't spam chat for points. I don't remember the exact interval, but you don't need to talk that much. It doesn't speed up the accumulation of points. Okay, so I think, oops. Yeah, there's no way to like gamify it so you can just rapidly get points. All right. So these houses are moved down. And what I've done with this house is I've put 2 spaces between the path and the back of this house. And if I do that here, if I continue that, that means it would look like this. Oh, but it didn't move our this house down. Right? Because this is only 2. Okay. So, hold on, let me think. Symmetry. This is my problem. The houses moved, wouldn't get rid of the stone roads. If the houses are moved, wouldn't get rid of this. The houses will kind of sit on top of the stone roads a little bit. The little doorstep on them will like overlap. It'll temporarily remove this road, and I'll just have to paint it again when the house is done being rebuilt. Is there a theme for the 3.0 island? I mean, it's tripping and falling guy. And this will be my island, like, finished, quote unquote. Probably a lot of areas I'll still have to decorate. So the layout will be done, and then 3.0 is going to come out, and I'll continue kind of adding to it. I don't think I can put my cliff behind the houses like I want. Well, I guess I could. I can still kind of mess with this. I do think, actually, if I decide not to connect these paths, maybe this will work out. Because every villager can have a little yard. These folks, probably not. I think they got the raw end of the deal here. This is going to be the more condensed neighborhood. Houses go a little bit cheaper here. The views are okay. You live pretty close to your neighbors, unfortunately. There might be a more luxurious neighborhood or more luxurious plots where people have yards. You're going to time travel for the first time. Charlie, don't do it. No. Sounds like my neighborhood. I'm down in Southland. Oh, must be talking about the earlier conversation. High density housing. Yeah. This, okay. So this will fit 5 houses. No, half the houses will be planned out if we commit to this. That's what we're looking at. That's every plot placed down. And I think what I would probably do is get rid of this path altogether. Maybe it comes back if I ever want an additional entrance to the secret beach. And I want to sacrifice a ramp for it. Which I might. You're in a cast? Well, yeah, this island, a lot of people get hurt, you know? So this feels a little better, actually, because this path will lead to these houses here. This path will lead to this back entrance. And then this path will also lead to this back entrance. Or, oh, I needed to deliver something, actually. I think this is pretty good. This layout actually works for me pretty well, I think. I'm into it. And I have plenty of room now for a cliff. That's what I wanted. Go ahead and take this away a little bit here. Go ahead. Oops. Curve this as well. I usually time travel to replay events like Toy Day, spend the time in real life. No time for Animal Crossing. I can see that. Dan likes his own island design. What do you mean? What? Why are you being mean? Why did you come here just to make fun of me? What is it now, Kato? What can I do for you? Okay, I'm going to make a cliff and possibly a waterfall. How's your island coming along? When's the next time you're streaming so I can go to your stream and heckle you? Let's see. This isn't going to work. Because I can't. Okay. Great question. I need to play soon because I should be getting nooks. Hey! Are you playing off camera too or only on stream? Do you like pretzel or parfait as an island name? They're both good. Kato, didn't you call yours pretzel? I think both are good. Only on stream. I'm guessing you meant for now. Okay, I think I would put... bulk this up a little bit over here. I'm going to take away some of this cliff, actually. I gotta be careful. I don't like the way this is coming along here. Okay, that's a little better. If I get rid of this, it'll get rid of all of that. And maybe that looks good. Let's put like a little pond up here and see if it looks good. Bella, how's it going? Can I make this happen? I don't think I can make this happen. Maybe it's just a waterfall. Maybe it's not a pond. There's not really a lot of room up here. Well, I guess you know what we could do is... just a waterfall. That's fine. The pond could be here. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, here, maybe... Okay, hold on. Maybe I can make it look good. Will it let me put a house this close to a water feature like this? I'm guessing not. Does anyone know? Will it get mad? Well, actually, I could just test it. Let's go test it. You can after the fact? Yeah, I could always redo it if it... But let's see if we can even put water that close to a house as it is. Yeah, okay. This is fine. Alright, so if it complains, I will get rid of the water and then put it back. Google says you can put houses next to water. Well, these days Google isn't really right about half the stuff it says, but we did test it, so we're good. All right, yeah, this is cool. I think this neighborhood layout is complete. I was dreading this. It looks good on the map. Does cliffs need a little bit of like tweaking, molding? But this looks pretty good. We're going to be able to stick 5 houses up here. I'm pretty happy with this. Where will the other houses go? I don't know. I have no idea. But I've planned 5 of the 10 houses, and that feels pretty good. Let's get this road up here, because it looks like I've just committed to this at this point. Never really planned neighborhoods like that without the houses. Gonna try it. I these days I always do it this way. I don't know if I say these days. I don't know. I think I've literally always done it this way. And yeah, I prefer to get all the infrastructure put down and then plop down the houses and then decorate. Sometimes I might need a break and I will begin decorating an area I've already planned out, even if there's more to do on another half of the island. How do you feel about the idea of no buildings on slumber islands? Oh. What do you mean? Do you think there aren't going to be buildings on slumber islands? Because I guess I hadn't considered that. I thought in the trailer they were working around little houses and stuff. So you think people wouldn't place buildings down so that they could have room for some other types of decorations they want to do? Like a truck stop and, you know, just stuff that would take up a lot of space. Like in what context? Are you talking about like if a bunch of people were to share an island? That's what some people are saying. It's the only house on the map. I think that demonstrates that you can put multiple like houses, right? They're just showing that, yeah, there will be houses. Now, will there be nooks and ables and stuff? I don't know. I imagine there would be. It'd be kind of weird to exclude them, even if they're not useful, because none of it's useful, right? Like, it's just supposed to be a design sim, just a creative mode thing. I want buildings personally and make my builds around the flow of buildings. Be lost without them. Yeah, I want more buildings. I know that's a controversial take right there, but I still want the Roost to be its own cafe. I'm glad we get a hotel, but I wish I could put it down where I want. The fact that it's on the dock is fine, and I'm not going to complain too much, but it would be pretty cool if they were like, hey, you can place this hotel on your island somewhere. I would make room, even though my original island's basically finished at this point. There's a ton of stuff I feel like I could tear down for a hotel. But yeah, Slumber Islands, I feel like they'll give us the buildings. It'd be weird if they didn't. But when I think about how you design on Happy Home outside, it is, well, there's a house and you can pick it up and drag it around. I bet there'll be buildings. I'd love for the trailers from Harv's. Oh, that would be fun. I love that idea. Oh, man. I can't wait to play the new update. It's going to be so cool. At the same time, I can wait because I got a lot of work to do on this island. When you look at the build menu in the trailer at the Slumber Islands, there is no tab for buildings. You're going to make me pull this up right now. I'll have to look at it again. That's really interesting. Oops. Here's what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to start to add and subtract cliffs. Should I get Happy Home? I've been contemplating it, but how many hours would you reckon someone would be able to get out of it? How much do you like designing? Is the question. Because in Animal Crossing, it's mostly a design game, so I assume to some degree you like designing, but the game is like designing stuff with very few limitations. It's a little more unlimited than this because you get a creative mode kind of building system. You can build outside. You can place trees and stuff. When I say outside, I'm talking about the specific plots. You can't build outside on the main island, but I love it. I'm very glad I have it, and I will say it adds stuff for your main island, which is something that a lot of people forget. If you do 30 homes in Happy Home, you unlock the ability to customize the homes on your island. Exteriors and interiors, so you can make all the houses look the same. If the houses of your villagers are not matching the vibe of your island, unlocking that ability lets you make them look how you want them to look, which is really fun. It's awesome that they did it that way. So just for that alone, I recommend it. You get access to a catalog that lets you have like any item in the game eventually. You have to unlock that too through gameplay, but you use a different currency to buy the items. It's pretty nice. First time here, always watching the VODs. Carlos, how's it going? Welcome. Thanks for jumping in, saying hello. Okay. This is looking a little better. I think I should bulk up this back part. How are we feeling about this? Just a little nicer. What if I did this? That looks better. Add one here. I meant that maybe you can talk to Lloyd for buildings. Oh, yeah, there is Lloyd.
I brought cupcakes to the volunteer luncheon, used cake mix from the back of the pantry and icing that separated when I opened it, tried to whip it back together with a fork. It didn't really work, but I covered it in sprinkles. That's what they'll see first anyway.
What was I saying? Lloyd is on the island, and I didn't know what he was doing there, but if you look at this part of the trailer where slumber islands are introduced and everyone gets out of the beds and kind of starts walking towards the island, they walk right by him. He's just chilling. So he's got to be there for a reason, and I bet you that's exactly what it is, because that's what he does. That's his whole job, is to place infrastructure. I bet you he helps you with, like, at least, if not ramps and stuff, at least, like, well, I bet he helps with at least the ramps and stuff, but also buildings. There's only a few. They might not need a whole tab for buildings. You know what I mean? Because in Happy Home, there's no tab for the house. It's just already there. So instead of making a design tab for the buildings, they probably hid that in Lloyd. That's interesting. I'm glad you mentioned that. I would have been, like, bothering me. I'm willing to bet money that's how it works. Okay, so this looks way better. The cliffs now, I like them a lot. Let's look at the map and see how they look on the map. Yeah. Yeah, this is looking good. Maybe it's part of the island selection process. Keep in mind, they wanted to make it so you could change the size of the islands and make a really, really tiny one if you want to. And if you did that, there wouldn't be a lot of room for, if they required nooks and ables and all that, you'd be like, how am I supposed to... I have a thing I'm trying to do. I don't want these buildings. What if they still forced you to put resident services? You know what's going to make people really mad is I bet you if you want resident services, they'll give it to you, but you can move it wherever you want. Everyone's like, why can't we move resident
A
services?
psychic told me for $2 she'd predict my future. I paid her and she said, I see you having no money.
that was a really sad one. Why can't we move resident services on our main islands? We can move them on Slumber Islands, blah, blah, blah. I feel like they should add a bit more than what they stated in the 3.0 trailer. There's some more possibilities that everyone would love. They could. They absolutely could. But even if they don't, I'm so happy we're getting something. That's the thing I'm trying to remember is like we were well, I don't want to say we were okay. We were anticipating 0. No one saw this update coming. And we're getting so much. I'm so happy it's happening. But yes, I agree with that caveat out of the way. I agree that there's so much they can do that they probably won't do, and we'll always have something. We'll always have something. Oh, I just wish you did this. But no game is perfect. No Man's Sky has been giving us free updates for years since it released. The one thing I've always wanted was a little ship that I could fly around in and then get out of the seat and walk around in and do stuff like craft and things like that. They only just added that, and there's still things I would like to see them do. You know what I mean? It's not perfect. Oh, okay. Is this going to collide? Hold on. Let me see if my airport entrance is one tile too close to resident services. It looks like it's not. Ooh, yes. Oh, it does exactly what I wanted it to do. Leaves one gap between the entrance of the airport and resident services, which helps me designate all of the little directional paths I'm trying to do. Good. Good. What's your opinion of the Pokopia game? I'm pretty hyped about it. I'm pretty hyped. We're going to be playing the crap out of it over here. 3.0 will have been out for a couple months by that point. And I'm sure I'll still be playing Animal Crossing. Very happy with the 3.0 update. But that's going to be Animal Crossing, but like Pokemon. And I'm super thrilled that they're doing it. Hopefully, that scratches our itch. That in the 3.0 update scratch our life sim Animal Crossing-like game itch for a while. And then eventually, before we know it, either another Animal Crossing update or a sequel comes out. As a YouTuber who plays these types of games, Pokopia couldn't be a more perfect match. Now, I haven't played it yet. It could be horrible, but it looks good. What's Pokopia? So there was a 10-minute like trailer just released for it. If you type that into YouTube, like Pokopia trailer, I highly recommend watching it. It is like Animal Crossing, but with Pokemon instead. And supposedly, they didn't talk about this in the long trailer, but I think the short trailer mentioned this. There's going to be a day-night cycle that parodies real world, like Animal Crossing. Which is, if that's true, amazing. Because no games do what Animal Crossing does with a real clock. I love the real clock. That's one of my favorite things about Animal Crossing. I don't use Treasure Islands, no. The new Snorlax is my entire world right now. Yeah, they introduced some new variants of Pokemon too that no one's ever seen before. When comes the update? January 15th. And Pokopia releases in March. Tomodachi Life in spring. I've not really played the previous Tomodachi Life, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about that one. I bet I'll like it. Might be my first Pokemon game ever. Ooh, oh no, never mind. Thinking of something else. But yeah, so this looks good. I'm liking the entrance we're cooking up here. Look at how finished this island's starting to look on the map. Tomodachi Life looks weird. The trailers have been kind of vague, in my opinion. But I also never played the OG Tomodachi Life, so it looks kind of like a game with a weird vibe all out. Through and through. DVD does real world clock. Yeah, but they don't utilize it very well. In Animal Crossing, it actually like means something. I don't know. I'm a hater. Sorry. Why don't you use custom paths? I just always like Nintendo's. I like that I can't accidentally kick them away. And I just think they look good. I wish I had more of these. But I use some, and I'll use them later. Okay. Wow. So we got to plan the next neighborhood. I should probably move Able Sisters too. That's going to actually determine a lot. let me make sure he'll let me put it where I want to. There's a cliff nearby. I think it'll be fine. I can always move it a little bit of, like down if I have to. Diagonal path, diagonal fences. Yes, all of that, please. Tomodachi Life is much more life sim than Animal Crossing. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm definitely gonna get it to try it, but well, I'll probably at least watch some content about it. I don't know if I'll just buy it if I don't know what the heck I'm getting into. I should probably go back and play one of the older ones, or the older one. I don't know how many they made. I wanted to place custom designs on the ground. I would do it that way, but I want paths. If I wanted to place custom designs on the ground. I want the custom designs to only be kicked up when you're in build mode. I don't know why they chose to let them be like kicked up without build mode. My biggest dilemma about the games like Animal Crossing is once you're happy with the designing the island, what do you do? Yeah, redesign it. That's not correct. Let me imagine it. Okay, so I guess my path would extend just a little bit more to get underneath the staircase. I'm trying to decide if I like that. Or if I want to move down. Will I use the space out in front of it appropriately? See how it cuts away my path? I can just reestablish it, no problem. I'm going to put it here. That way, if I want to, I can add a little bit of cliff behind it so that the house in front of it can have a little more room if I want that. Less likely to use the area behind it. If I use the area behind it, I will use it for more cliff. I don't think I'll use it for, like, hiding anything back there, like little items or plants. It'll be more flush with the ramp. Yeah, if it's up here, it will be more flush with the ramp, wouldn't it? Okay, yeah, this is the spot. I have to get rid of the dirt back there now. I could just, yeah, do nothing back here too. Or plant a tree like right here maybe? Or close to the path. Yeah, cool. All right. Abel's will move tomorrow. And then every day I can move a house. Even if I don't plan the neighborhood today, the other neighborhood, I have 5 houses I have to move. Plus my house, which I've already established a spot for. Oh my gosh. Okay, next. Balloon. That's what's next. What is that? Oh, okay, okay. So, houses, neighborhood. What do I do? Let me think about this for a moment. Let's think about where our island entrance is, which is here. And if we want to have this path go over to the right, this way, it would allow us to have another, like, offshoot of resident services. There would be, like, a little area right here to decorate. It would create a little area right here to decorate. And we could do something like fountains. And it would be a good... I always love a resident services entrance that lets me decorate it for the holidays. And that would do that. It's the next best thing. Like, doing it this way, making a path that's like kind of boxes around from the airport. Boxes and resident services. The next best thing from having your airport line up with it. So I'd move these trees. I would put a path going up here. And then it would continue going this way. And then also go up this way. And maybe connect to this path the same way that it connects on this side. Creating almost like another plaza around resident services. It's almost path overload, but if we use fences and decorations appropriately, it'll look really nice. I guess this is the first house that's moving because it's getting in my way now. So here's what I'm thinking. We will have a path going this way. It'll come down like this. So it'll go all the way down to this new fictional path I'm talking about. Then, this other new path that comes from the airport will go this way and up to resident services and continue going this way. It would connect to that path I just started making and continue going this way, potentially leading to another neighborhood. But maybe that neighborhood, like I was talking about, has a little more room between the houses. I don't know. But maybe the other 5 houses go where I'm standing, basically. Maybe. Or maybe just 2. We could put more houses in other places. There's still room underneath the tripping leg. There's room to the left of the airport path. There's room above resident services and that weird triangle thing that we need to probably add a cliff or something so it distracts from how bad that looks. Isn't it weird to have one house separated with 2 paths? I'm not sure what you mean.
Welcome back to Nook News. Today we have 67 Dan on his way to make the 67 Mango Mustard Island, as he is an Animal Crossing sweat. In other news, a man stole my calendar. He got 12 months. Ho ho!
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, cool. That was a lot of memes and everything all in one. All right. Let me pick all this up. What's the 6-7 thing? There's not much to say. Oh, shoot. I just planted a cherry tree. I would never do that. There's not much to say about it. It's literally just the numbers 6 and 7, and everybody freaks out. I'm hoping it dies soon because it became a joke on South Park. And once the mainstream catches on to a meme, I feel like that kills it pretty good. But maybe it introduced it to more people. So now the people who were using it and thinking it was funny probably don't think it's as funny, but then people who just discovered it, who think it's funny, will probably use it for a while. Even the teens think it's run its course. It just feels like it has, and I've only just learned about it. I like to have a second switch to make different islands and restart, but I'm too attached to my first island. Yeah. Well, I know when the Switch 2 came out, people were trading in their Switch 1s. You might be able to get a Switch 1 a lot cheaper than they used to be. Do you have any of the Animal Crossing Lego sets? I do. I have most of them. They are unopened. I wasn't going to buy any of them. And then Lego said they're not doing them anymore or something. Maybe they're not doing. Maybe they're discontinuing the ones they've already done. I don't know, something like that. And I'm like, oh no! And so I bought a bunch. I just freaked out. I'm like, what? Wait, what if I never get them? What if I want these one day? So I have so many. My 6-year-old is currently running around the house yelling 6-7 as I type this. So that's how it's going at Busy's house right now. Just thought Ketchup couldn't get any cuter. She sat down on some glowing moss by a pond. Okay, these houses are officially in my way. So ironically, the houses that I want to put over here will not be the ones that are currently over here because I need them out of my way to keep planning the neighborhood. Speaking of ketchup, what are you cooking? Okay. Plain cupcakes. Ketchup is making muffins. Just get this recipe out of the way now so I can complain about how it should be called muffins. Stuff's still dragging on. It was 2022, so it had been well into all the restrict. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, made an island for your youngest. Both had COVID. Are you saying the COVID's still dragging on since 2022? It'd be really horrible if that's what you meant. I wait learning cooking so I can collect all the DIY recipes. Yeah, I was doing that. And then I just decided to give up and just get the cooking recipes. So, I really don't want to cut down all the trees on the island. But then maybe they shouldn't get in my way. Oh, I just want to shake them. You made the island in 2022 when your baby was 6 weeks old. Oh, okay, okay. Beach chair. Thanks, tree. Thank you for your service. Goodbye, tree. Bricks, how's it going? Okay, let's move this path all the way down as much as we can until this stupid house gets in the way. There we go. So those will connect, and then this path will continue to go this way, I think. All the way over here, and I think we could put a pretty awesome little neighborhood between these two kind of paths. Oops. I guess I just fill them in for now. I'm going to try to get, like... Well, at least my plan right now. I might change my mind, but the plan right now is to try and get a lot of streetlights. I'd love to have streetlights all over the place. Now that this is on the Switch 2 and you can litter your island with items without it lagging, that'd be cool.
I found an old gift card, still worth more than my bank account.
Okay. Just about done with our main roads. It's more of a $1 joke. It really was. How do I make a rock garden? There's guides on YouTube, but basically the mechanics of it are that you have to make sure rocks can't spawn anywhere on your island other than where you want them to spawn. And the way people like to do it is to use custom designs or mannequins everywhere. And what that looks like, let's say poo plane here. Display on ground. Oops, sorry. Display here, mannequin. So you would put these in as many places as possible so rocks couldn't spawn. And then when you're done and you have your rock garden, you would edit this design. You use the same design. You edit the design, you save it, and all of the mannequins will disappear. And that's like a really common way to do it. Okay, I gotta make the path that goes up to the center of resident services here. I never counted the spaces between mannequins. I just spammed them. But there are people who are a little more meticulous will count all the spaces. When I did it, my island was pretty much fully decorated, so it wasn't too big of a deal. I just spammed them in all the spots, and then I would destroy the rocks, and every day I would check and see if they were going in the right spots, and when they didn't go in the right spot, I'd have to look and find where it went, and then I would smash it, and then replace it with a mannequin. So it was just a little trial and error, and eventually I got there. Okay. Look at that. Any specific plans for the 3.0 update? Play the crap out of it. That's all I know right now. Just get my hands on it, build the hotel up, bug all my streamer friends to do Slumber Island things. Yeah, make a ton of DIYs. Okay, so you can kind of see what I'm doing with the paths there. It's working out, I think. Yeah, the entrance is looking good. I like this. I like how the bridge paths kind of came out. It doesn't look too bad. And I like the little areas, too. Especially the new neighborhood we just did and the little area leading to my house. Very persnickety, so I was rather meticulous in my mannequin placements at first, but I ended up spamming near the end when I couldn't be bothered to count anymore. Yeah, I just started spamming. I'm like, I'm never going to count all this, and so just spam it. Yeah. So now I just have to decide for myself if I'm going to put a path of sorts going to Well, no, I definitely want a path going to where the hotel would go. You know what I mean? My hotel's going to be on the left side. I wish my dock was on the right side of the island because I'm already making a path out there. And then I can just make the beach down there just kind of like a nothing area. So it looks like I am going to take this path and just go whoosh, right across over to here. And there'll be a bridge. I'll have to do some editing right here to kind of make a bridge fit. Make your beach promenade. Yeah, it'll be fun. Alright, gotta move Val's flowers out of the way. I just need to, like, beg her to get online and take these things. I'm saving all these flowers. Where are they gonna go? Up here for now? At least they'll be out of the way. I keep them on the grass so they can replicate. I don't have much imagination when it comes to outdoor decor, so I have a lot of open space to fill if I want to move rocks. Hopefully the new items will inspire you. Oops. Bricks, see you later. Okay, the black roses are mine, I think. I'll put them up here. I need the gold watering can, and I can start working on gold roses. Okay, and then these wallpapers and stuff. Get this out of the way. I think this gyroid is done. No, I just planted this one. Okay, gotta find a new place for the gyroid. Okay, that should be good. And then more trees are in my way, unfortunately. Just a couple. Just a couple. Sorry, trees. 07. Ugh. Almost done. I almost have my island layout. I gotta pick where the campsite's gonna go. I haven't picked that yet. It's funny how everyone's redesigned their islands now, while 3.0 gives really handy features for that. I know. To be fair, I never finished designing this island in the first place. I need to start somewhere. Maybe 3.0 will have so many quality of life features that we rearrange the entire island after that comes out. Maybe we get rid of the tripping and falling river. Maybe it just kind of like overstays its welcome a little bit. And then, you know, I do something else to signify trip falls with like a tripping and falling, like a tiny little like river arrangement of a tripping and falling person, you know? Gonna have to fix this part of the river, unfortunately. This is where our path is gonna go. Tourists tripping over the pier into the ocean. What if we get a big sign pointing to the hotel and I could put it like right here? That'd be cool. A big sign, kind of like the campsite sign. Here where I live, almost is almost summer, so it's getting annoyingly hot. I leave for now. Hope Trip Falls continues to grow. Carlos, hopefully things cool off a little bit. Have a good one. This bridge that I'm about to make room for, by the way, is going to break me. This is going to be a problem. The King Tut mask. I was thinking about that. You had snow today. Oh, nice. So the easiest thing to do would be to add some dirt, like right here. I don't think a bridge is going to work there. I think I literally have to make it like this. I can't do that. I think I have to add this, then do this, and then come on the other side and widen it. And this is going to make the leg look bad. I'm worried about this alteration that I'm making right now. It actually doesn't look too bad. And with the bridge there, it'll be a little distracting, having the line going over it. I'll accept this. I might need to continue altering this a little bit. I might have to add a tile right here. But I'll try to place a bridge down and see if it gets mad. But I can't today because I already have a staircase going. But let's assume that this works. And continue our path. Yeah, we'd do this. We'd do this. Now, this is currently where my flower garden lives. I'm trying to get hybrids. I might have to move those. In fact, I know I will. Rose Rocks, how's it going? So it'll go this way. All the way through. Until it hits right here. Where we will have the entrance to the pier going up to our new hotel. I'm doing well, thank you. Oh, wow. This feels so good to have planned out. I feel so much better, like knowing where stuff is going to go. Ugh. This felt like a breakthrough. So now I'm trying to think about the peak that sits above resident services. It's your birthday this Wednesday. Happy birthday. Awesome. Hope you have a good one. So that peak area is ugly. It's just ugly. And if I add some variation over there, maybe a couple little waterfalls, things like that, it'll be something cool behind resident services, and it'll distract from just how ugly that is. Because I think having the back area all filled in with paths and stuff is also distracting from how like flat the river is, you know? Expand the swimming area around the hotel. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. They might have to. It depends on how far out it goes. Ooh, I wonder if the campsite could go back there, actually. I do have one more ramp available if I want to make a campsite on a little cliff. In the trailer at the end of the pier, it was very close to the border. You have to swim around it. Give him a belly. I don't necessarily want to do that. Said the campsite on his butt. So I don't want to do that. I thought the campsite could go on the side I'm standing on now, but if the hotel is going to be there, it feels a little bit silly to put the campsite so close to the hotel. It's my partner's birthday on Thursday, but when we first got together, I kept thinking it was the 30th because he said it was the 31st to avoid celebrating. Wow. That you should be buying punitive birthday presents. Yeah, I think the campsite should go. Okay. I think that's a good place for it, actually. Let's go over here. What if this path went up and over? This area is not as big as it looks on the map. In person, this is not a lot of space to work with at all. I might actually pick these trees up. Yeah, you gotta keep tabs on that one on the on the calendar there. I wish we could move town hall. I don't know. I'm worried about. Okay, hold on. Let's outline what a cliff might look like here and just start there. I'm gonna get rid of these stands because they were just temporary. They're doing more harm than good right now. So let's think about this. We can put a cliff really close to resident services if we want to. We can put it all the way up to it, which I'm probably going to take advantage of here. Now, I still want room on the sides of the river. I'm going to need to fish. And these are my rivers. This is where I'm going to fish, you know? Now, I'm not trying to make it go all the way to the little edge right here. I'm kind of ignoring the shape of the actual rivers when I'm designing this and trying to make it feel like it's just more of an independent piece. Okay. This would be a pretty tiny campsite. Not gonna lie. I put the campsite up here. And there's barely any room for much at all. Like, I would probably put it where I'm standing, except up, like on the cliff. I'd fill this in. And, I mean, it will be tucked in there. It's just so small. So small. So, okay. Let's give it a tiny bit more room. Are you happy with your villagers? No. I'm happy with stitches. I'm glad I have stitches. And peaches and lucky. Stitches, peaches, lucky, safe. Everybody else slated for destruction. What's your thing about getting? I have a list. Let me find it. The list currently is Octavian, Kurt, Spike, Scoot, Rasher. We already have Lucky and Peaches. Possibly Cube, Walt, and Joey. Now, those are all the villagers that look like they would fit the vibe of Trip Falls, but I want to be a little more flexible than that because there's only there's not enough variation of genders or personalities, you know? Which in this game, certain genders can only have certain personalities. So I need more people, different types of people on the island, and that's what I haven't figured out yet. But one of the new villagers, I think it's Cece, one of them looks like they've maybe tripped and fallen a couple times. I don't know. Balancing personalities is frustrating. Yeah, I'm really trying to figure that out. So I haven't committed super hard just yet to everybody. I want to take inventory of everyone's personalities, and I might have to get a little more creative about what constitutes somebody who is worthy of being on Trip Falls. Okay. Ooh, hello. Let's commit to this cliff layout that I've done and then see about how much room is there for a campsite. Mush log is a great item. I'm going to get reactions or whatever else from random villagers I have and then go who I want. Yeah, it's DIYs and the reactions, I think. I think some DIYs are locked behind certain personalities, if I'm not mistaken. So if that's the case, yeah, I just have to, be really thoughtful about that. Okay, so this is where the staircase would go. And then we fill in the rest. Oops. Lucked to 8 reactions because I can't find a snooty. So yeah, I'm gonna take some inventory of their personalities and stuff and try to get. There can be some overlapping personalities, but I think I probably have a lot. I don't like jocks either. Oops. Oops. Made it harder for myself by making my villagers have to be Australian animals. Yeah, once you kind of pick a theme and you try to get the villagers to match the theme, forget about it. So part of me thought about giving up and just going for villagers I really like. Okay, so that's the basic layout. If I wanted to, I could carve a little bit out of this and put a little waterfall or something. It's been kind of my go-to move. Maybe we do it. Maybe we put a little waterfall, right here. Oops. Wait, what? Is it because of the water? Okay. This isn't going to work. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Here. I'll get what I want. That's also not what I want. I'll get what I want. Okay. Let's make the waterfall so we can try to get this thing looking the way I want it to. Okay. All I'm trying to do is get these little rounded corners like that. That's it. That's all I wanted. There. Then I would put a cliff here, here, and here. Like that. What's the thing about points? As you chat, you earn points, and you can use them to redeem silly things in the stream. Okay. If I look on the map,
Cat fact number 124. If a cat gets stuck in a place it shouldn't be, it will immediately act like it meant to do that.
So, we have our campsite platform. It is small. The icon for the campsite's almost as big as the campsite platform itself. So I'm concerned that I have to, like, make it larger. If I add to the back of this, it gets a little bit uncomfortable to walk around. Let me see. Don't like that. I want to make the edge like... Oh, hold on. What if I did this? Okay. Okay. If I'm playing the game normally and I go back here to fish, I can see everything still, which is good. I mean, there'll be trees and a campsite in front of some of the rivers, I guess, but it won't be too bad. Let's see if we can fit the campsite. What is the campsite dimension? Let me see. It is 4x4. It is a weird one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3. Oh boy. Okay.
I looked at my $2 and thought, at least I have you.
This is very cramped. Very, very cramped. I would love to move it back even further, but I don't think that is an option. We need to pull the staircase, yeah, our staircase like even closer or further back. Cramped or cozy? I mean, I'm going for cozy.
Get ready for a $2 recipe. Midnight mattress, pancakes. Carefully peel off the top layer of an old mattress tag, drizzle with a packet of stolen maple syrup, and enjoy this a fluffy breakfast treat.
Remembering that our staircase is going to take up a little bit of room. That's where the path starts. Tis not good. This is not good at all. This is bad. Campsite, more like cramped site. Cramped, like cramped in there? I don't know. Crammed site. I liked how the cliff was kind of asymmetrical, and now it is like encroaching way too much into here and becoming more symmetrical. It's not good. It's... Oh, it's so bad. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, won't somebody please help me? Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's very bad. Okay. Make the stairs come up the side. Ooh, okay. I don't want to do that. It would fix some of my problems, though. It would kind of fix some of the issues I'm having. Because first of all, I would get to take this away, which I desperately want to do. I could leave the campsite where it is. I could fill this back in. Why don't you want to do it? I liked the path kind of walking up to it where it was. But maybe this will feel like it has more privacy. Well, this is not working out. No, I think... Stop it! Okay, hold on. So staircase here. that. That. A ladder? I could do a ladder.
Hello, welcome back to Nook News. Today we will be chatting about how this is happening at a really inconvenient time. I am so happy to interrupt Dan. MSG for me, what have I missed? Ho ho!
It wasn't really news. He was more like asking for the scoop. Robert, we'll see you later. Let's assume a staircase goes here. This is very cozy. The path would actually start here. And it would just go right underneath the campsite. Like, it'd be a little dirt path. And it would just go underneath the little lip of the campsite. And that would be it. And we'd have room for some trees. Not many at all. Where could we put trees in this configuration? We could put a tree here. And actually, we could put a tree here. That's 2. Or we could put a tree here and one here, actually. Just so the campsite patron has a little more room in front of the tent. We could put a tree here, of course. And then one maybe back... Well... I would like one there. I just don't know if it's going to fit. Maybe we'd have to go here. Because the campsite's going to be kind of close. And then we could put one, like, here. Maybe. Can't really fit one in the back, I don't think. I don't know if I'll do this one. It might be better to just do one tree, because we're blocking a lot of the view while I'm walking up here. You know what I mean? I think only 3 trees does feel a little bit sparse, though. Oh, there'll be a 4th one. Oh, it's not too bad. Is this good? This would be the tiniest campsite I've ever made. Like, there's no room for any camping. there's no room for all the cool little camping equipment that you get, you know? There's like a lot of cool little campsite items that we're never going to be able to fit up here. And to be real, I do have a spot that would kind of probably work better. It is closer to the hotel. But if I were to just make a ramp or something up here, we got all this space. We could put the campsite right here. We have room for trees and stuff behind it. I mean, I honestly might be making a bad call where I have it right now. Oh, there we go. Glad I came down here. Nice. I'm going to catch this fish because it might be something new. I realized I barely have any fish. Right, here we go. Oh my gosh. I'm going to catch it. Come on. I hate this fish. This is the worst fish in the entire game. going to miss that. Okay, brand new? No, it's a cherry salmon. Somehow I already have that. I don't have a lot. Like, I have a ton of bugs. I almost have all the sea diving creatures. I barely have any fish. And I have almost all the bugs. Yeah, I know it's like, yeah, different times of day, different seasons. Yeah, in different areas. But yeah, if I put the campsite up here instead, I think I have a lot more flexibility. In fact, let me use a different path. Yeah, this is not a great spot, actually. Somehow I gotta fit a path around this? Oh my gosh. Lurking doing housework. I have an idea for the ladder setup kit. Give you more room for decoration. I don't love doing those. I like the ramps a lot. I'm already going to have to put some in some spots, but yeah, they are a good, like, you know, I'll call it a last resort kind of thing. Okay, let's see. If I put the campsite here, this does give me a lot more room to play with. We can probably get a path going right underneath it, because this is going to be the very edge of it, and I think a path could be tucked underneath the step. We can put trees behind it. We can put a ramp back here, and you'd pop up. You'd greet the campsite villager, and we have room to put stuff around it. This is a better spot. It does mean that I wasted a lot of time just now making a cliff behind resident services that I don't really know what to do with. I could keep it for now, just in case I decide to put another building up there. Or I could just make it a little mountain. It doesn't have to be. I could make that waterfall cascade a little bit more. You know, it would kind of give our very flat island a little more variation when you walk onto it. Yeah, I might keep that mountain, but I don't think it's the campsite. Yeah, I like the cliff a lot. Ooh, I just realized that doesn't look good. We have to get rid of this right here. Now check the map, make sure it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it still looks fine. There's so much to do. Oh, there's so much to do. Really, what I need is money. It's just a matter of money and days now. Just days and days of moving houses, placing ramps, placing bridges. But it does feel like I have a lot of stuff planned out. The only thing we're really missing are the other 5 house plots. Are you trying to be done by 3.0? I'm trying to have the island layout done. And then I'll probably continue streaming and decorating different areas. But I am by no means trying to finish the island before 3.0. There's just not enough time. And that wouldn't be very fun. Then I won't want to. I'll have just finished it and 3.0 will come out. I won't want to edit anything. What I'm hoping for is a lot of little spots that need decorating. And then I get a lot of really cool new items that I want to decorate with. Because the alternative would be to take a completely finished island and go, okay, what are we going to what spots are we going to redo? So this is just kind of like halfway between those options. Let's get an island all planned out. Let's decorate a little bit, have some fun, and there'll still be plenty of work to do by the time 3.0 comes out. Okay, what else do we want to do? Because now it's just going to be a matter of getting houses out of my way. I think back here is one of the spots that I've been kind of like needing to tinker with a little bit. I feel like you're almost done with the layout. Yeah, the layout is pretty much done, other than the bottom right corner where I'm probably going to put another neighborhood. 1 second. A little bug. Okay. Okay, so I gotta, trim that corner, and then I want to make this look a little more natural over here. Well, thanks, everybody. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. No! Okay, so, yep, we would just chop these back. How does that look? I'll just add a little more right here. I think it'll look better. Yeah. Okay, my cliffs are looking a lot more natural. That's what I wanted. The paths are almost done. We got building projects going on. I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's starting to feel like a whole town. This is great. I'm excited to see what we end up doing in terms of like decorating. Looks good. Thank you. I appreciate that. And so tomorrow I'll have my ramp here. And I think the next day I'll move my house because I'm kind of tired of where it's at. And that'll be good because I'll have a path going from here. I can climb up and out of my neighborhood, which is a neighborhood of one. I can go shopping. And, well, I don't know if I'll move my house. I might save that and move this building. My house isn't in the way of anything, and these 3 or 4 houses, these 4 houses are immediately in the way of stuff. So yeah, actually, I'll focus my funds on getting these houses out of here. Just get them out. Put them in the new neighborhood up north. I was curious how you're going to make it work, and you have. I was too. The pink house is good. That's Peach's house too. This tripping and falling guy has been the bane of my existence. I was having big regrets a few days ago thinking about how I was going to try and make this work. And somehow I did it. I'm pretty happy with the way the paths and everything have laid out. I'm happy with the shops where they're going to live. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Moving all my houses to the beach so I can work stuff out. Yeah, that's what I did. And no regrets. So yeah, those 4 houses down there will be the ones I kind of move right up north, get them out of the way, and then, you know, fill in those other paths and get all that done. Yeah, rivers and paths being done opens up a lot. Oh, it's going to be so much easier now. I mean, still a lot to think about in terms of when you decorate an area, what you want to put down, but that's sometimes you just have a gaggle of different furniture pieces and you just start placing things and it comes together. With this, getting things centered just right, and oh my gosh, the amount of light math you have to do. Well, okay. I think I did it. I did it. The next thing I'm going to do is play some Pokemon. 3 more hours. No, I'm going to break away from streaming, and I'm going to try to continue catching all of my shinies and my alphas. That's what I need to do. Let me show you where I'm at. We'll do an update. So I was trying to get some shiny starters over here, but it did not work out. But I have more Pidgeys. Anyone need a Pidgey? I have shiny Pidgeys galore. I saved my Alpha Pichu. I did get another shiny Pichu. And now I have all the Pika family here. All the shiny versions of them. They just look like slightly sick Pikachu and Raichus and stuff. I don't like their shinies. But I did complete another alpha box. So this first one now, I needed this Scatterbug and I got it. So we're good there. So the first 2 alpha boxes are complete. I only have 2 more Pokemon for this one here. And as you can see, yeah, I'm not missing much. When it comes to the alphas, this is coming together. It really is. So I think I know how I'm going to get the last Pokemon I need for this box. I think this one's going to be easy. This one's... I can't remember all the ones I need. Oh! I was going to ask, any Pokemon fans in here, can the fossil Pokemon be alpha? I'm like 99% sure it's not possible. So this box might almost be done. I just need the Pupitar down there. That's what's called. And the last Froakie evolution. I don't think I can get the fossil Pokemon. Oh, and Steelix. I need Steelix. But I do not think the fossil Pokemon can be alpha. Yeah, I don't know how they would appear in the game alpha. I don't think it's possible. Yes, they can, but it's a rare chance. Where? Underneath the tower? Because the babies can't appear. They can be alphas. How? I would love if I can get them as well. I'm fine with not getting the last 4 Pokemon there, the legendaries and stuff. Buy heaps of fossils, soft reset. They can be alpha in the fossils? Oh. I know they could be shiny. I know the fossils can output shiny Pokemon. When you receive them, there's a chance to receive an alpha. Okay, the grind is on. Good. So in that case, this box is really close to being done. I already know how I can get an alpha Froakie. Getting the Pupitar is going to be interesting. And yeah, that's really good news. I'll probably save that for later, though. A shiny alpha would be a little annoying. I'm not going to lie. I'd probably put it in this box. But yeah, the shiny dex is... You know what? It doesn't look too bad. I don't think I'll ever finish this, but it's cool.
Cat fact number 199. Cats assume that if you shut the bathroom door, you must be doing something illegal.
So yeah, I'm feeling good about my progress here. It's been fun to just kind of chip away at it. And I'll probably eat something, but yeah, I'm gonna do some more of this today. I gotta get these starters too. Ugh. I got my work cut out for me. But there you go. Thanks for indulging me. I will see you all possibly tomorrow, but I might take a break too. We'll see. You never know. I never know. But yeah, I'm happy with where the island is. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. And did we get a raid? Did I miss a raid, by the way? Just because at one point the numbers jumped up. I hope not. I'll feel bad if I missed a raid. I need to fix that. If there's like a message I can put, then I should probably fix that. I don't know if I can do a raid alert. Well, if I missed a raid, I'm sorry. I don't think I did, but in case I did. All right. Have a good one, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.